Hello, people. It's me, Tabby. Tales of Arise. Last episode, we found out that Alphen is possibly a Renin Lord. We don't know yet. So I think that's what they were hinting, that Alphen was the Renin Lord that the last Renin Lord usurped, locked his memories, made it so he couldn't feel pain, and sold him off as a damned slave. That's the most disgusting thing I could ever think of Yogurt ever doing. But here we go. Test subject 1273. The spirit channeling ceremony will begin shortly. Until then, you are to calm your mind and await further instructions.
After all this time, I'll be free from this hell. I can finally go home.
Oh, wow.
I doubt I'll ever see this place again. Might as well walk the block once more for old time's sake.
Yeah, for reminiscing. A natural energy, charging almost complete, output stable, standing by. Alright, so yeah, I was right the whole time. Alphen is a Renin, who would have guessed. Or, nope, I was going to say, or a Danon from the very distant past, which is also a thing. Oh no, he is a Danon. He is Danon. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry. I was wrong. I thought he was Renin. It was because his hair was white. That was racist of me. I'll try to be better. I figured since Gion had white hair and he had white hair, they would both be space Nazis. I'm sorry. Can't you Dennis figure out where to go on your own? Or are you so stupid you can manage to get lost in a tiny place like this? You have a job to do. Now go do it. Return to your position. So he was Danon. Daddy hasn't come home lately, so I decided to come visit him. But they won't let me go any further. It's not fair. I hope he finishes his work soon so I can go see him. Another one bites the dust. Remember 1273. You're our only success story. Oh, wait, he's elderly. Never mind, hold on. Remember 1273, you're our only success story. Do not let all of our hard work and research go to waste at any cost. The harvester we deployed on Dan is functioning as intended. It's gathering astral energy and transmitting it to Lennigus. I spend a lot of long days keeping a close eye on things, but soon that work will finally be over, and I can get back to my little girl, who I can see spying on us through the other doorway. Surely nothing bad will happen to her in the next 10 seconds. A Danon tough subject as our sovereign? Whatever. I expect you to carry out your function without falling apart like others, okay? So they're taking a Danon, they're gonna make him a lord? A sovereign? What? I don't know who's got it in their head to start calling you the Sovereign. At the end of the day, you're nothing more than a test subject. Your only worth lies in your physical aptitude for the task at hand. Your thoughts and feelings are of no concern to me. Okay. Looking at the statistics, a subject's biological sex appears to have no bearing on the rate of success or failure. Dead Danon. Alright, fine. You. What do you guys say about all this? Oh, it's you, 1273. Or should I say, Sovereign. You don't understand how much time and effort we've invested to create you as our lone success. We can't risk losing you to injury at this stage. Alright, so we have a Danon who's being modified. Super soldier experiment to be turned into a sovereign? The maiden will maintain control over things. You just focus on not breaking your concentration while the ceremony's in progress. If you want to see your home again, you'll have to do a good job here, 1273. I have to say, I did not see this coming. Is this a test subject, ma'am? Wow, it looks just like us. On the outside, maybe. Inside, it's as uncivilized as the rest of them. You haven't forgot my warning from earlier, I hope. There is no music playing, and I feel unsettled by this. No, ma'am. No touching the subject, right? I might get the cooties. That's right, you might get the clap. The clap of my fist if you ever touch a dirty denon. Test subject 1273, you are not authorized to enter this room. Return to your position away from the ceremony to begin. Did I go around in a circle? I think I went... Nope. Okay, there's one of the guys. To be honest, I was beginning to sweat bullets. If you hadn't worked out, who knows what we would have done. This is the first time we managed to assemble a sovereign and maiden ready for the ceremony, after all. But seeing you make it all the way to today has put my fears to rest.
As usual, nobody wants to explain anything to me. They just threaten and harass me instead.
Hi, Shion. It's time, Alphen. It's finally happening, huh? Yes. We need to change into our outfits and then meet in front of the transference device. Once this is all over, you'll finally be able to return home. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm so sorry you got dragged into all this. It's not your fault. Let's just do what we have to do and get this thing over with. Right. I switched over to Shion's voice so that I could make sure you all know that she's actually Shion.
I just wanted to go back. To Dana. To my home.
Dun 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 dun.
Naori.
Oh, Naori. Okay, not Shion. Unless Shion really is Naori. What if Shion is Alphen's and Naori's daughter? Oh my god! Well, I don't think it worked. You have blood on your hands, Dana! Hi.
Alphen.
How could you? You murdered all these Reddins! You can never go home now. Oh. Oh.
No. Naori. No!
Oh, wow, she's the one who put the helmet on us. But why? Is it so he won't feel the pain?
Wait, please. Wait,
So Naori was also Danon, I'm guessing.
What was that?
A brief glimpse into your life. Which the rest of it must have been forgotten because you haven't remembered that part yet.
That... How long ago was that?
7,463 years from now. I mean, ago. You're a time traveler, Alphen.
That's right. Shion.
I have to pee. I have to pee really bad. Oh. When's the last time I peed? Oh, God, I have to shit now, too.
Oh, right. That's what pain felt like.
I haven't pissed in forever. How am I supposed to know this stuff? I can't feel it.
So much for it all being a bad dream.
You could always get another helmet
Where
on your
am
head.
I? Where is everyone?
Oh, you pissed your pants, and they didn't want to deal with that. Don't. Oh, good. Oh, good. I was like, no. Why hasn't it done that before? Why didn't it do that originally when she left? She wasn't there to call upon it or keep it formed. That thing should have dematerialized when her heart broke. That's okay, Alphen. You can dig a nice little hole, and you can let everything out. Everyone, look away for a few seconds, okay? Alphen over here, he has to relieve himself. So while he's doing that, I'm just gonna talk for a minute. And yeah, so how are all of you? You all having a good day? Yeah, Alphen, you good? You good, man? You good? No? Oh, you don't want to aim at the tree? Okay. So anyway, yeah. It's been a very big shock of the things that have happened. Alphen, you good? Alphen, if you're done, please say something. Anyway, we learned something very valuable. He is in fact a Danon, not a Renan, like I thought he was. And, it's too bad this is in Skyrim and I can't put him in sneak mode so I can just have him take a dump while he's at it. But regardless, I think he's done enough. I think we're ready to move on.
Niori. Shion. I
can finally eat food without... and itch the left side of my head.
Damn it.
Eat dirt.
Useless.
Strike. Dragon swarm. Take this. It's over. Dragon swarm. Dragon swarm. Try harder. Dragon swarm.
Okay, I dodged that. You did not let me dodge it.
Megasonic thrust. You're mine. Dragon swarm.
Is this supposed to be an easy fight? Because it is definitely not that.
Dragon swarm.
I mean, I guess things are dodgeable.
You're finished.
Yeah, no, they're slow. They're slow and like, oh, okay, nope, they're not slow.
I'm not done. Dragon swarm.
Okay.
Take this. Dragon swarm.
I was dodging and it won't let me dodge mid
Dragon swarm.
art swing. Okay, well, now I need to dodge this. Okay, well, that's happening. Let's go ahead and get myself a lemon gel.
This should do it.
Yes.
It's on. Take this. Eat dirt.
Yeah, it still works. Okay, just not with fire.
It's over. Dragon swarm.
Haha.
Take this.
You thought I wasn't paying attention to you over there, and I wasn't. You're just that bad.
Dragon swarm. Hold nothing back. Here I come. Shockwave flash. Dragon swarm.
Can I please use a mystic art, please?
Shockwave flash. Dragon swarm.
Nope. Okay, I cannot use a mystic art, apparently. Oh, great. I have to wait this thing off. Or take something for it. An elixir? No. Panacea bottle.
This should do it.
Oh boy, I'm loving this. This is great. I'm just loving this. It's happening here.
Now. Dragon swarm.
Just you and me, baby.
Dragon swarm. There. It's over. This one's all mine. You picked the wrong fight. Take this. You're finished. Shockwave flash.
Yeah.
You're finished. Dragon swarm.
Okay, I was dodging and it won't let me dodge.
It's over. Dragon swarm.
Nope, get out of there, Alphen. You're by yourself.
Take this. You're finished. Shockwave flash. Dragon swarm.
I swear to Goddess, if you heal.
I'm not done. Pierce. Dragon swarm. Dragon swarm.
Oh my god. Oh, that was painful. Oh god. You really knew how to make this just the most annoying fight possible. That's right. Just really show me how useless my Alphen is by himself.
Alphen?
Gee, I went out to go take a piss for 2 seconds and you wake up.
Rinwell.
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Exactly!
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, who are you guys?
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Thistleim. Kisara and La are already there.
Rinwell. Where are we?
Oh, not where I thought he was going with that.
Ganith Heros, Volron's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem.
Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little off.
I can feel pain now, and I'm weak, and I'm useless, and I'm afraid.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
I'm not useful like you two. My only benefit to this team was that I was a pincushion. I could burn myself indefinitely, and I wouldn't feel pain by it. That was my only actual contribution. Increased downtime. Increases the amount of damage dealt to enemies that have been downed. Holy Lance, immediate light art that drops a spear of light onto the enemy's head. Okay. Increases the boost gauge when a battle begins. Made her jump. Okay. Sharpness. Okay. AG restored. What is AG again? Increased weak point damage, yes. Strengthening magic circle, yes. Okay. Easier, perfect evade, guarding. Yeah, sure, one. No, go for it. Increased downtime, increased counterattack damage. I don't really do counterattacks that much. Rising Falcon delivers a switch hard kick while rapidly descending from the air. No, I'm good with that. AG restored by perfect evading guarding. I do get a couple of these. It might be worth it. Alright.
I think Huro senses an owl around here.
Alright, so the final Lord's Place is a tropical paradise. Now I'm wondering just how bad the Danans here have it. Hey guys.
Retreat if you know what's good for you. In a bind,
Water astral energy!
captivity,
You picked the wrong fight.
elusive deity.
Is it hot?
Ow.
Just bust it out again.
Take this.
Here goes.
It's a good thing Dohalim's also a healer.
Dance in the wind.
Elusive deity.
In here.
Rotating pile driver.
More
Ow.
for the stockpile.
Take this. You're finished.
Catapult.
Lightning orb.
Here I
More
come.
where that came from. Lightning condemned. Thunderblade.
Benediction light.
Megasonic thrust.
How'd they know to find me here? If I was just like gone,
Here I
they
come.
just what happened to find me on the beach here? What were they doing on the beach? They'd like hear tales, someone saying, "There's a guy in heavy armor, blonde hair on the beach." I don't understand what that's about, but I did feel like touching him because he might have the cooties.
Totally. In an instant. Impact block.
Dance in the wind.
You're mine.
You require help. Can't get out of this.
Astral energy. More where that came from.
No escape.
Elusive
Arc
deity.
field.
Rotating
Nova
pile
Sidewalk.
driver.
Dragon swarm.
Begin.
Gale force.
Elusive deity. Rotating pile driver.
Rage
Dragon
testing.
swarm.
Seismic rupture.
All right, now that's a little bit easier, just the tiniest bit easier.
A comfortable win.
Oh, I see it.
Speaking of Thistleim, it's populated by Danans, but they're not under the rule of any lord. Pretty refreshing, huh?
Wow.
The whole town was built by Danan defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This
Elsewhere?
area's teeming with stray Zoogles, though, so heaven only knows how they managed to set up a community here. The ordeal
Careful
seems to
practice.
have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now, trying to convince them of our good intentions. Say, Alphen, it looks like you got your face back then.
She's trying so hard.
Yeah.
And your sense
Oh,
of
gosh,
pain, too,
he can
it would
talk.
seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh, but that means...
That's right.
Probably.
He can't touch Kisara ever again now until we
I
can get
wonder
rid of
if
the
Alphen's
thorns.
going to be okay.
For now, I believe we should hold off on speculation and simply keep an eye on him.
Right.
Okay. He says we should go to the forest of the owls and
You're
talk
saying
to
we
the
should check
forest
the owl
owl.
forest?
Hi guys, I'm back from my dump.
Alphen!
I had to take a massive
Boy,
piss.
am I glad to see you safe.
Well,
Yes, I
did
sorry,
you
I had to
manage
go
convince
pee
them we're
really
not
bad.
in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
3 months without having
When
to
the ship
urinate,
sank,
that's
I
does a
thought
lot
we
to
were
your
done
body.
for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah. And now we can finally go rescue Shion.
Nah, I don't care anymore. We could just live here in this
Something
town.
I need to tell you guys first.
I'm Captain America. I'm Captain Dana.
I got my memory back.
I'm a superhero called Captain Dana. My superpowers include eating yogurt really quickly. For those of you who do not get the joke, there is a yogurt brand called Dannon, okay?
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
Follow the law, man!
I remember being up on Lenegus.
Go on.
Yeah, go on, yeah.
I was abducted from Dana. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did.
Yes. Cooperation. Best for everyone.
Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Danon?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave.
Uh-huh.
The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almadria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came.
And then it all went wrong.
As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegis is true, then maybe you really did meet Shion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Shion said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
Naori.
I was wrong. It wasn't Shion I knew from Lenegis. It was Naori. She was a Renan maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Shion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Yes. No, I mean, dude.
Naori's family name was Imeris.
Imeris? As in Shion Imeris?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping.
Crying tears, even. Blood dripping down her eye sockets. I did that.
I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day.
Not just the men,
Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
but the women and the
You
children.
really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I had read in the textbooks that over 750
wonder.
years ago.
In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renan invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300... But that'd make Alphen...
This explains why the armor fits him so well.
That's
he
right.
was that Danon soldier.
I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then, when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Thank you.
Kisara.
Sit on him.
Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight.
And he is our heaviest hitter.
This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Yeah. I really had to appreciate Kisara in that moment. She is definitely acting like the, not the emotional center of the team, but the reason of the team. The reason speaker of the team.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Shion's rescue?
Alright. He's making some very interesting philosophical points here. He believes that he is the reason as to why there's the crown contest, possibly the enslavement of Dan in the first place. But let's be honest. They abducted a bunch of Danons at the very start, tortured them, treated them like trash, made one successful subject, and that subject and that channeling process destroyed not only their facility, but who knows how many lives. I do not think that led to any invasion of any sort at all. Nope, not at all. Whatever lives he took benefited from that research not starting again.
What do the others think?
And not to mention, he didn't willingly do it. It just kind of happened. Not his fault, their fault. They put him through the process. They put him through the training. They put him through the experiments. They put other Danons through it as well. They are the ones who did all this. They are the ones who suffered because of their incompetence. And they are the ones who ultimately paid the price for their failures. All of those were the exact same thing said in different ways. But that's just to emphasize, it's their fault, not his. He did nothing except exist and try to survive. That's all he did. And that's the only thing he did wrong. He survived. That came out wrong. I've had to survive a lot of death around me to get where I am now. Both as a slave and on my own way to this place. All I want now is to live the rest of my days in peace and quiet. So please, don't shit in my backyard.
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
I mean, when I saw you
it's
pissing
not
on that tree, I thought, wow.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand.
How does it go that
Every
far
new
up?
piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Danon, do you bear the same crest as the current Renan sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Danon for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden.
Because they can't use
figure
light,
so powerful,
astral energy.
She's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I've never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then?
Oh, thank you, Mr. Historical Researcher.
I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renan, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma,
You're certain?
The Renis
Yes.
Alma.
or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank,
I
we have even bigger fish to fry
made
than that.
the assessment, I
By
believe,
comparison,
in the
the
very
far more
first few
important
episodes with the
question at
armor. I'm
hand
like,
is,
yeah, he's probably
Just
that
what
same
does it all
guy.
mean?
Frank, huh?
At least I
Sometimes
thought it.
you need a little
I remember
help in
thinking,
addressing
like,
the truth behind
I
that
know
pain.
game telling, the game storytelling. I'm like,
Not
it's
to
gonna turn
compete
out that
over lives
Alphen's this
lost.
guy who wore this
I
armor, who led
suspect
the
your
first
account is
rebellion.
still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Or his brother.
Please.
Maybe his
no
brother
thanks
led
are
the
necessary.
rebellion.
The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
He's probably the ancient Danon king. That's probably who Alphen is. He's probably the ancient prince of Dana, the one who wore the armor, the one who got abducted. Please, just lay some eggs already. I want to eat something other than fish for once in my fucking life. Oh, where am I going? What's going on here? Oh no, I don't want to fight. I'm by myself. Cute outfits. Are you outsiders? I've never seen anyone who's not from this realm before. Yeah, our grandpa told us never to talk to guys like you because you're scary and you're mean. Danon boy. Which one of you is the Danon boy? I can't tell which one of you is supposed to be the boy in this context. One of the reasons why this place is the perfect place to hide is because of the mountains surrounding here. They shield us from Rena's eyes. That is exactly why we lost Vietnam. The mountains of eyes. Oh, I thought there were people like swimming in the water. I was like, oh my god, really? Hi, Rinwell. Can you hug me? I feel so alone. So forgotten. Please, Rinwell. I need to feel your warm, loving embrace. Now that I know I'm not a
All this
Renan.
time, I thought it was the worrying about Xion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
Please, Rinwell, I'm so lonely.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Please embrace me.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
Came out. Come
To tell you
on.
the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegus, it still feels like it was only a year or two ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
This is
I
it,
doubt
actually.
When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me.
Rinwell, we
I
can be a
used to
family.
curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place.
Yeah,
Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist.
yeah.
I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Can you learn to
Nuh-uh.
embrace me, please?
I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm
Me,
trying to
you,
say is
this cottage
that with
by this
everything
beautiful
that's
lake.
happened in your past, finding out you're the sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted.
With
Heck,
your
honestly,
mage abilities and my
anyone
sovereign
would be.
powers combined, we will have the most
Rinwell.
powerful children in the
First it
Empire.
was Shion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah.
All this time, you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Shion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Shion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Don't get
Yeah,
so excited
you're
about
right.
that, girl.
Let's get going.
I mean, if you want to get excited about that, I'm totally down for the two of you. You make an interesting ship. But all the same, don't be a masochist or sadist.
What do you see out there?
Zoogles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway?
No,
You know, sorting through things?
All I
this
know
metal
is
pants
Shion
keep me
needs
from
our
making
help.
headway.
As for what happens after that,
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegus anyway?
I jumped.
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then,
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Danans like you that Lenegus abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Of
even
course.
within Renan society itself, there exists
First,
a
they start
hierarchy.
with the people
I
who
don't think
they
she was ever
treat
given
as
the option
trash,
to
and then they
refuse.
move on up. They
Despite
move on
that,
to the next people
she
they
did
view as
everything she
trash. This is
possibly
how
could
things
to serve
work.
her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana.
There's always another step
She
up
stayed
the ladder.
behind on Lenegus to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
Take a
In
giant
all
dump.
honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can.
Nope.
Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor.
You just have to try to do
Back
better.
after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too.
The cows
You were
mooing in the
there for
background
both
kind
of
of
us.
ruined this
You know
beautiful
what I
moment we're
heard?
having.
I heard you telling me to keep fighting. To strive no matter what.
I
Moo.
was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
Oh, the cows are,
No,
are having
you're
sex
wrong.
now.
Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, that's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But if you're still
I'm sorry,
not
I'm still
convinced,
thinking about
then
cows
ask
having
yourself
sex,
this.
and I
What
didn't
is
listen
it
to
that
any
you've
of
really
that.
been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh?
This has been a very interesting episode. I'm gonna call it here. Okay? Have a good day, everyone. Goodbye.